Good afternoon, Bear News. I'm Jalen Lee, and it's time I take over the Big Girl desk. Last time I took a shot at a fellow Bear News reporter who is joining me at the desk today.
Hey everybody, it's me, James Rembert, and I'm happy to be up here, man.
Yeah, how do you feel? Like, it's first time back up at the desk? You feel ready?
I feel really ready. You know, they kind of wanted us to start this beef, but now that we're here together, we're squashing it. We're going to get after it today. Let's have a great show.
Yeah, let's have a great one. So, starting the show, do you have any plans for the weekend?
Yeah, me and some buddies, we're going to take a little trip up to the mountains, have a good time. I heard you might be going home to visit your girlfriend this weekend?
Anyway, speaking of the weekend, this Saturday, the UNC Cancer Rehabilitation Center is hosting the 4th annual Northern Colorado Ninja Warrior event. The event will be inside the Bank of Colorado Arena. Teams will compete and run through an obstacle course ranging from crawling on walls, the ground, climbing and sliding, shooting baskets, balancing, and a bicycle finish, all while raising money to support cancer survivors in Northern Colorado. The event is sponsored by Frank Gale Faith Not Fear nonprofit, which was founded by Kay Firestone, who is inspired by the loss of her husband and his 8-year battle with cancer. Check back in with Bear News next week to get a glimpse into this amazing event.
Cancer Rehab was to get all of the cancer survivors together and do something fun and positive and help raise money for UNC Cancer Rehab.
Well, last week, rumors spread that Kathleen Kennedy, a movie producer from Lucasfilms, the legendary production company behind Star Wars, would be stepping down from her role as CEO. Is this true? Well, yes and no. Her exit from the company was originally reported in an article by entertainment journalist Matthew Maloney, with evidence being that Kennedy recently sold her home and has been talking about spending more time with her husband. Not the most airtight logic when you think about it. Kennedy was promoted to CEO in 2012, when the production giant was bought out by an even bigger company, Disney. Since the two merged and Kennedy was appointed as president, Lucasfilms' work has been a mixed bag. Entries in the Star Wars franchise since 2012, such as the sequel trilogy and the multiple television spin-offs, have, in many fans' opinions, not lived up to the legacy of the iconic franchise.
She has had good and she has had bad, under her reign, like all producers. And I don't think, they necessarily have a specific agenda that they're trying to push other than trying to get butts into seats to watch Star Wars.
Kennedy has since come out with a public statement saying that a succession plan has been in the works at Lucasfilm for years, but also that this is far from retirement. She will still be involved with the company, including the Mandalorian film slated for next year. The osteopathic medicine school is almost here, or it will be. You may have noticed the Bishop Laird demolition was recently completed, and it was completed quickly. With heavy machinery rolling around campus and the presence of many workers, the project feels like it's been accelerated in the past few weeks. Now that Bishop Laird has been knocked down, construction for the new building will start soon, with over a year to go before the school begins its inaugural class. So don't get too excited about the parking yet. At Monday's Faculty Senate meeting, President Andy Feinstein said he sees the new addition as a symbol of UNC's future.
We've had declines in enrollment, and we've not been able to, it's difficult to reduce spending to offset and compensate for that enrollment decline. Now there's things coming up in our future that are very positive. Every day when I walk out to the medical college, and today I just went and saw where they're just starting to build the foundation. And that's not going to be the end all of our problems, but it's sure going to make a positive impact.
Earlier, I got to talk to UNC women's long jumper who also brought home a bronze medal, Kiana Van Haren. We got to hear her thoughts about the Indoor Conference Championship this past weekend.
It was really nice to be out at conference again, kind of feeling that little bit of adrenaline.
Check out the whole interview on the Bear News YouTube channel to hear her thoughts and the mindset going into the outdoor season.
Well, in a shocking turn of events, the Trump administration is stripping power from the White House Correspondents Association. From now on, the White House will be directly choosing which journalists make up the press pool covering presidential events and topics. The WHCA has rotated hundreds of journalists covering radio, video, print, and television since the 1950s. However, after the Associated Press controversy and banned reporters, the White House themselves has stepped in to handle free speech. Many have pointed out that now compliant and complicit journalists will be the only ones asking the questions and reporting on President Trump.
Last week, Del Taco, a popular fast food chain, announced that they will be closing all of their locations in Colorado. Since this announcement, it appears that most Colorado locations will be closing, but not all of them. The issue in this is franchising, and the company that franchises most of the Del Tacos in the state have filed for bankruptcy. Greeley's Del Taco is one of the 18 locations closing. Unfortunately, Del Taco joins many other restaurants we have seen close in the community in the recent months. And just like Del Taco, we're going to be closing our show for the day. So, thank you, Jameson, for
Yes.
joining me at the desk today.
Thank you for having me. Be sure to check out our newest sports debate later this week, where we will be talking about the NBA MVP, All-Star Game formats, and the NFL first pick.
Well, we'll see you guys on Monday.